How well do you think school prepared you for the outside world, professionally speaking, money-wise speaking, and all that? Do you feel like your teachers ever at any point prepared you for like what is waiting for you outside? Well, stick till to the end when we get to discuss about this and how some either get traumatized or just your opinion also will count, and how we can make things a little bit better. So, welcome to Sylviah Shares here. If you're new, welcome, Karibu, bienvenue, bienvenidos. And if you are coming back, it is an honor and a pleasure. Thanking you always for your support and love. Thanks to you, I keep going, right? So, now that most of you are in the career path or already building business or just working, because I have noticed that I have the age range between like 25 to mostly 55-year-olds are the ones like watching me mostly, and I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. But do you feel at any point that school prepared you for some of the hardships or some of the challenges or some of the ways you have gone through? Like just about money, for example. I keep wondering, why are schools not teaching about money? Why don't they ever talk about money, for example? Why aren't such books shared or proposed in such a way that there can be a discussion about it? Because already most families and most members, they don't talk about money easily. It's either you'll hear probably an argument about money or problems about money, or never hear about money. But millionaires and billionaires treat and teach their children way differently. Like they can get to teach the value of a shilling or a coin or a dollar or a euro to a child. But in other families, and most families, I would say maybe even 90%, they don't get to talk about money. So imagine you're finding yourself in your 20s and you're beginning to work and money is flowing in, but you do not know the value of how to budget or how to keep things properly unless you went through the business management path or accounting path to be able to understand this. But if you are not prepared, it gets like to feel like a wild world, right? You feel like you've just been thrown into the wild and you like literally have to manage everything, just find your way through life in such a way that it has to work. You have to find a way that works for you. But for those who never got taught, or who maybe were just done for like everything, and you find yourself, you're so lost and you're thinking like, why is everything doesn't seem to be working for me or something of a sort. And so it just kept me wondering, like, why aren't like the education department people not involving such subjects into the university level or college level or something of a sort? And I hope that someday they can begin, so that in a way, if parents aren't talking about it easily, then if school touched on such a subject, I literally feel it would prepare so many young people how to really go about in the world concerning money and how best to manage it, or just how best to control life, or even talk about some of the problems that you encounter into like the employment world. Be it like fighting for a position, or when do you ask for it? How do you like demand for like a position higher? Are you supposed to like overwork yourself out just so that you get to stand out or something of a sort? And this is some of the things that would be like so valuable. But in some universities, I'm sure it must begin somewhere where they start preparing you to the outside world, really, on how to prepare your curriculum vitae, or or just your motivational letters and all these departments. But one thing I like that I find interesting about the European curriculum, like the French, for example, if like let's say a child is having problems, if the school path is just not working for them, but they're having a little bit of difficulties, at 16 years they have a possibility to be able to start focusing on their profession, like what they're gonna love doing. You know, like let's say like my daughter loves baking, and I'm like, I wouldn't be opposed to her starting off at 16 in a professional cooking school where she can perfectionate her passion in a way, you know. Or you know how you find professionals who are like builders or something of a sort, or architects. I doubt architects will ever go through such a path. They have to go through the higher level of studies and stuff like that, engineers. But you have this possibility, and I find it so fascinating, because how many times do you find students frustrated in school, or not really enjoying themselves, or not being able to capture everything in the right way because maybe they're dyslexic or something of a sort, they're not able to read properly, or they're just frustrated about something, but the teacher isn't focused into noticing every student. But I feel like a valuable teacher would need to notice each of their students on what they're feeling, what they're going through. This way they're able to make sure that everybody's enjoying their class. And I think I really love my daughter's teacher, because she's found a way to make children enjoy school. If there's conflict, she will manage to make sure there's no more conflict, or just find a passionate way of teaching them what they need to learn, and finding fun ways to literally make them just look forward to being in school the next day. And I honestly believe it's part of what somehow prepares them to being in a much more calm way, or just get prepared maybe for life out there. What do you think? Do you think like your teachers could have done anything differently, or they could have maybe supported you in a much more different way? But in my opinion, I think they did the best they could by focusing on the school program, which is sad in a way, but we manage through life either way. You know, life teaches you either the hard way or the good way or the easy way, or I don't know, just we somehow end up all making it through, especially if you are focused and purposeful and you know what you're looking for in life. So do you feel like you have found your purpose? Do you feel like you're living in your purpose? Do you feel like you're in your element of full potential, and feeling like you're joyful about your path and how far you have come? Please let me know in the comments. I would really appreciate if we could sort of have an exchange. If you can tell me, you know, how far career-wise, if you're feeling fulfilled, if you feel like if teachers did something different, that you perhaps as a parent could talk to teachers to somehow handle, you know, certain subjects with the children in such a way that they are able to be guided in a different way. As parents who get to have unions and meetings together, there are certain subjects that maybe you may be having difficulties talking about at home or something, and that you can actually find a way to slide, you know, an email or a written format from different parents would be more appreciated, I think, in such a way that when a teacher gets to talk about certain subjects, certain things that can prepare your children for out there, it will be fabulous. I believe it would make this world also a better place in a way, in such a way that everybody gets to be somehow prepared to at least have a chance to know that they can make it, And when, especially if teachers believe in you, you know, if you don't have somebody who gave up on you, but they felt like despite the difficulties that you could become somebody, you could become something greater. And I really love it when you'd find others who've had the problems, but the teacher just, you know, keeps them, pushing them. There's this teacher in France who literally decided to put in all his efforts and whatever it takes to make the lower social areas into making sure that these students become somebody. But how did he do it? By making them believe in themselves, by making them know that they can become somebody and that they can get to do bigger and do greater. And I believe this is just the fundamental start of every child or every individual just growing up. When you just get to be told that you can do it, you are capable, you are more than able to be able to do it. So you end up actually believing in it, you know, because you're being told. And so you find ways to literally look at your life in a different way. I can actually become somebody. I can actually do this. Because sometimes you will have, it's either parents or people who will try and put you down, tell you you're not beautiful enough, or you will never amount to anything, nothing good will ever come out of you. But you somehow just get to outdo what their thoughts were because another person believed so much in you. I had a teacher like that, Mrs. Kenya. Oh my God, I lost track of this teacher, and the fact that she believed so much in me, my God, it just gave me such a strong foundation, I must say. And I must say my grandmother, as in, you know, believing and telling me that I'm great in everything that I do, it just gave me the strongest foundation, and nothing gets to shake me up. You know, like when I go through hardships, when I go through the hard times and everything, I literally would focus much more on those words. The fact that, you know, I hear my grandmother, I hear Mrs. Kenya, and I hear them telling me, you're gonna be a star, you're gonna be great, you're a leader, I believe in you. I mean, those words just completely transformed my life. I mean, I have been able to overcome so much in such a way that I think I am a strong woman thanks to these two women so much, because of the words they instilled in me, the words that they kept repeating to my head, you know. And I honestly feel if teachers could ever do that with many of the children, oh, this world would rock. Every person would get to live in their full potential. And I just, if you're listening to me and you have come this far, perhaps you are listening to this for a reason. And I want to ask you to, in your area of profession or in whatever you're doing, to find a way to actually make a child around you, like especially under 20 years old, to just know that they are special, to remind them that they can become something great, whatever they wish to become, and that they can build their passion, they can believe in themselves. If you as an individual who is listening to me, there's a reason why you must be listening to me. That if you can just take advantage of my words for today and try and instill such words in whichever child that you can find, probably I'm talking to you so that you can remember and be able to, you know, build up another person's esteem and confidence and help them to just become stronger. So I really, really hope that this has spoken to you in a way, because we are all meant to live great lives, purposeful lives, full of passion, full of worthiness and just joy and happiness, that we all deserve it because we were made for greatness in a way, you know. We were made to enjoy this life like literally fully. And some may be greedy than others or something of the sort, but it's not greed. It's just that others believe it much more than others do. So let us help those who do not believe to believe much better in themselves too. Okay, so if you enjoyed this video in any way, and if you feel like there was a reason why you had to listen to me until this far, and that you can actually help another person, or talk to your teachers and tell them, maybe perhaps they can speak positive words to the children, to our children, in a way so that they can believe much more in themselves. But as parents, don't bring down your children. Keep speaking greatness, keep speaking blessings, keep speaking power in their heads. Let them know that they are made for such big things. Let them know that they deserve everything in life. That life is hard, yes, but they were made for greatness, so they're going to overcome everything because they were told at an early age that they are something big. Okay, so if you enjoyed this, please do not forget to like and subscribe if you haven't, and share with a friend or share with another soul. This is how we all get to grow together and gain also time and financial freedom, because when we grow up knowing that we can become anything, you get to experience life in a different way and just join that group of people who enjoy the time and financial freedom that they deserve also, so that we can live, love, and learn. Until next time, thank you so much for listening. Bye-bye.